Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Your Author series at the library. Your Author series is a series where we bring children's and young adult authors and illustrators to our Los Angeles public libraries. Today, we have Juana, Martinez, Neal. I'm very excited about this. So, Your Author series for the rest of the summer is going to be online every Friday at 4 p.m. A big thank you to the Library Foundation for allowing us to have this great program with support from the Lenore S. and Bernard A. Greenberg Funds. Again, thank you very much to the Library Foundation for making this wonderful program possible. And again, like I said before, our special guest is Juana Martinez Neal. As you can see, I'm very excited. And my name is Lauren Kratz. I'm the children's librarian at the Studio City branch. But let's get started with Juana Martinez Neal.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Juana. How are you?
Good, good.
I'm so happy to spend this time with you.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Juana Martinez Neal is an award-winning author and illustrator. You definitely know Alma and how she got her name. Juana's Caldecott Honor book. This is just, look at this illustration of Alma on the cover. Unforgettable. Oh my goodness. Fry bread.
Yeah.
The Skybirds winner. Oh, Juana, come on. And my personal favorite, La Princesa and the Pea. Juana, your illustrations in this particular book make me laugh every time. So today we're actually having a special treat because I asked Juana if she could show us around her studio, and we can picture Juana working, where she was working so hard on Alma, and just her working and thought process through a tour of her studio. So thank you, Juana, for allowing us into your studio and to look around. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Should we start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be moving you. Oh, yes. I'm going to be moving you a little because I'm going to use the handle. But okay, so my studio was, we moved into this house in 2005, and this part of the house did not exist. So what we did is we built the house. We built we added to the house, and when we added to the house, we added my studio. So we made a studio like I wanted. So I have the glass doors right there, and I have skylights, and then I have another glass door right there. That way I could have as much light as I can. And it's basically two parts. So that's my working desk, and I'm setting up my new computer right there. But it's my all my writing and my emailing and anything that involves a computer goes there. And then my desk is just here. That's my desk. So what I do is, and I love hanging things, just like I do in La Princesa and the Pea. I have my clotheslines. I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have another one right here. I don't know if you can see it. And here. So here and here. So when I'm working on books, I hang my work, my sketches, in most of all my paintings. I hang my paintings all around, so they are all over the. First, I started with one, then I started clipping onto the bookshelf, but then I ran out of space. So I kept adding clotheslines, and this is perfect now. So that's my studio, basically that. And then I have all my bookshelves. Like I have my scanner that is my supersized scanner right there. That every painting that before I chip it, I put it in the scanner, and then I try to make a digital image out of them. So in case, because all my work is traditional, so I chip all my work. I actually send my work to the publisher, and but just in case, I make copies. I make scans of my work, and then this is my printer, supersized printer, and then my bookshelves, more bookshelves. And I keep adding bookshelves because I'm running out of bookshelf space. But that's that. And then one thing that I do love is I love collecting things. I love collecting crafts, handmade work, things from, dolls, hats, all these different things. And then I collect toys. I love old toys, but I cannot always find old toys. So I'm going to show you some of my toys. And I've been collecting these toys for a while. So I have these three. These are fairly new. They were my kids, but I actually bought them for me. So after they stopped using them, I kept them for me. This is handmade. And I love this doll. I'm going to show you this doll.
Oh,
This
how
is a
sweet.
hand knitted doll. And if you see, she has a belly button right there. And I bought this in Peru. So it's all crochet. And if you see, the hair is all attached and she has a little bow right there. I love this one. I wanted her to be like dark skin, but there was only this one, so I could not wait and I bought it. And I have other toys. I have my other toys, my special toys. I have this super old one, and it's her right there. And
Oh,
she has a little puppy, but it was attached right here. But the puppy got detached. But I have this one. Let's do this one. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry for all the moving, but I thought you would like this. I bought this in Germany, I think. Oh, you can do it. It's a rough surface, so it's not going. Hold on. It's because of the cut. There you go. Maybe not.
oh.
It goes and it rolls like that. I love it. And I have other ones. I have some wood toys, like these. I love this one. This is fairly new, but I still
Oh.
love it. And it has, when you pull it, it has. I have a piggy. Hold on. I have a piggy. Hold on. I have. This is here. I hope it works. I have. This is another old one, but it's a handful of toys. One got toy. I bought these in.
Oh, that's so cool. These are definitely not toys that you're going to find at a major toy store. These are special
No,
toys
I
that have
go, I
meaning.
go, every time I go anywhere, I dig for toys, old toys. And then this one is also another one. This is older, but I don't even want to do it. A little bit.
Oh, I
Another
love
one.
it.
Yeah. And then I have handmade ones. Hold on. This biggie. Hold on. I have some handmade ones. I want to show you here because this is my special shelf. And all of
Oh,
that. You see them?
wow.
So I
Yes.
have like newer ones like these. And then I have things like this. And this is a toy from when I was 12.
Oh, wow.
So look at them right there. Look at their heads. And as you go, can you see it? It's a camper, but as they move, oh, it's so old. Oh, it's not going. As they go, I want to show you. Hold on. As the car moves, they bump their heads. You see that?
Yes. They're happy. They're bouncing back
Yeah,
and forth.
and you can open it, and then you have this. It's a camper, so you carry everything in there, and then they go camping. But anyway, this is when I was 12. So this is an antique now. Let's see. What else do I have?
Oh,
Let's see.
Juana, thank
I
you
have all these
so
toys
much for
right here.
showing us your toy
You're
collection.
welcome. Yeah, right there.
Oh, that was
Hello.
just so wonderful.
That's my studio. That's my studio, and those are my toys. Yeah.
Juana, thank you so much for giving a
You're
tour of your
welcome.
studio and your toy collection. Thank you for allowing us to get to know you in this special way.
Mm-hmm. And then I work here, right here on this table. That's where I paint and sketch, right here on this table right now.
So now when we read all of your wonderful books and look at your beautiful illustrations, we can picture you working tirelessly in your studio.
Playing
So
with my little
special.
pig.
I love it. I love wind-up toys. They
I
really
know,
are
me
special.
too. Me too.
And I
I
love how
do
you
too.
mentioned about your large scanner behind you, because your illustrations they look like they could just be hanging up in a museum. And I was wondering for myself, I know you're painting, and so you actually scan those paintings to then
Yes, I
mail.
do. Before I send them, I do scan them. Yeah, just in case. I mean, I've never had any issues, but just in case. And they said then
Yes.
until the book comes out, it will be a whole year because by the time I ship the artwork and then the book is out, it's at least 1 year, right? So at least I have. If I want to use an image, then I have the artwork with me, in digital, but I can still use it for like promo or whatever, anything, right? Like, my website or
Yes,
post
and your
something.
Instagram.
Yes, that too.
Because you put some of your iconic pictures of your books on your Instagram.
Thank you for following.
Oh, yes. Oh, so everyone,
So,
another special treat,
yes.
because Juana
So,
Martinez Neal
yeah.
has a new book that came out this
Yeah,
past
this one.
May,
Yeah.
Swashby and the Sea, which
Hmm.
was awesome. So Juana is now going to present her book, Swashby and the Sea. And at the end, we're going to play a fun game, Two Truths and a Lie. So stay tuned for that. But right now, let's enjoy Swashby and the Sea by Juana Martinez Neal. Thank you, Juana.
Yes. You're welcome. So I'm going to review the book because it's funny. I like it. I really like it. So Swashby is supposed to talk like a captain, but I'm Peruvian, so I have a double accent on that. But still sounds strange enough. So we see Swashby painting his boat. The boat's name is El Recluso, and the boat. In Peru, you put numbers in boats, so you have the name on one side and the number on the other, and the number is 13. That's a family number. So he goes. Captain Swashby loved the sea. The sea and he had been friends for a long, long time. She knew him in and out, up and down, and better than anyone. So when Swashby retired, it was to a small house on a small beach as close to the sea as he could be. Whenever he needed something, the sea provided exactly the right thing at exactly the right time. Life was just the way Swashby liked it, salty and sandy and serene, until squeaks and squeals sprang from the empty house next door, which was no longer empty. It had been commandeered by a girl and her granny, who planted umbrellas, scattered beach chairs, and boarded Swashby's deck without permission. Swashby battened down the hatches, hid when the doorbell rang, and fed their oatmeal cookies to the gulls. He didn't need neighbors. He didn't want neighbors. Neighbors were nosy, a nuisance, annoying. So in return, he left a message, written clearly on the sand. No trespassing, which the sea fiddled with just a little bit. Sing, sing, the girl read, and did just that. She sang every song she knew while dancing up and down Swashby's neck. What now? She asked. What now? Now vanish, Swashby wrote later that evening, adding a starfish exclamation point. And the sea fiddled just a little bit. Wish, the girl read, picking up the starfish, and just that. There she is. Wish. She closed her eyes and began, I wish. No, 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 no. Swashby interrupted, stomping down the steps. If you mean to make a starfish wish, you must say this. Starfish back to waves so blue, the sea will see a wish come true. Oh, lovely, Granny said. We wish you would come for a cup of tea, Mr. Swashby. But Swashby wished to be left alone. So he grumbled and mumbled and hurried inside. He didn't need tea. He didn't want tea. Tea was civilized, friendly, neighborly. What he needed was a new message. Please, go away. He wrote firmly in the sand. And once again, the sea fiddled just a little bit. Play, the girl sounded out. And did just that, with Swashby's shells and stones, with his buckets and shovels, but her towers kept falling. Barnacle bottom, Swashby muttered, marching out. You're doing it all wrong. You must not use the sun-baked sand. It's the sea sand does the trick. And he showed her how to dig for the wet sand. He's grumpy. Think! Swashby was gone. Before long, amazing sculptures decorated the beach. It's the clamshells you should be using, Swashby called from inside. Come play, Mr. Swashby, the girl called back. Swashby, don't play, he answered, banging the shutters. So the sea decided to meddle. More than just a little. She inched her way up the sand and tickled the girl's toes. She nibbled on the sculptures and slurped away the bucket. The girl tried to grab it, but look at me, the girl called. Look at her, Granny gasped. Oh dear, look at her. Granny hurried to the water's edge, but Swashby was already there. What are you up to, you great salty imp? He asked, scooping up the girl and the bucket. Look at that. With a great big wave, the sea delivered the pair back to shore, and there was no stopping the laughing and thanking and hugging that was Swashby's reward. I see what you did, he whispered to the sea as he was whisked a bit away to celebrate. After that, it was easy for Swashby to have tea with the girl and her granny, and ice cream, and lobster, and s'mores on the beach. It was easy for him to share his special sea glass. It was even easy for him to see that neighbors could be fun, and friends, and family. And when he had a moment to himself, Swashby carved a heartfelt message for the sea. Thank you, friend. Which the sea fiddled with just a little bit. The end. And that's Swashby. And I want to show you one more thing before. Look at that. We have the boat and the seagull and the Swashby and the sea. Lauren?
Oh, that was wonderful. First, I love Swashby's red nose.
I read someone saying that he probably has high blood pressure. I don't know.
Yes, it's sunburn from beyond the sea. It's all red. and then the sea, the waves just crashing up. Oh, beautiful. And then everyone, before Juana and I went live, Juana was telling me that, especially in lots of her other books, she's influenced with her children and other people that she knows. And Juana, I was wondering, for Swashby and the Sea, were there any people, the grandma, the cute little girl, Swashby, anything where they look like people that you know?
Sometimes they don't look like exactly like people that I know, but they have the personality of people that I know. So the girl is like my daughter. It definitely, the little girl is definitely like my daughter. And the grandma, I feel like maybe it's more like, I don't know, like I met those grandmas, like they are all like maybe hippie looking and hippie feeling, right? Like more in the 60s. But I love the 60s, so
very laid back, and just
yeah, very
fun
much
loving.
so. Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
definitely the grandmother.
That's the grandma. That's the grandma. Very relaxed. And then
Oh,
I don't know. Swashri has a special. He was very special. He should we say it because it's one of the questions.
I think
Okay.
we should wait.
Okay.
But there's a hint, everyone, because right now we're going to play a game, 2 truths and a lie. So I'm going to make 3 statements, and in the chat, if you can say which you think is the lie, and then Juana is going to talk a little bit about each statement. So this will be fun. So first, the character of Swashby is inspired on my dad. The boat's name is Recluso, which is Spanish for recluse. Or when I painted the foam of the sea, I made a huge mess. So out of those 3 statements, which one do you think is the lie? And we'll see if we have any comments on that. And while we're waiting, I will show my favorite illustration of Juana's, which is this.
I'll show you though. Hold on, I'm gonna get you the hat. I have some of the. Hold on, I want to show you.
Oh my goodness! Isn't that illustration hilarious, everyone?
See?
Look at that.
Yeah, and I have that hat. Hold on, not exactly that one, but a similar one. So this is a hat. It's called a montera, and it's that same type of hat. This is from a different area, so the colors are different, the patterns are different, but it's the same. And then you wear it like so. And then this is what the little boys wear. This is a little boy's hat. And it has this.
Oh, beautiful.
And this is from Willock. This is not from Willock, but this is from Willock, and it's the same patterns and the same people from Princesa. And this is what a baby's hat would look like. This is called a chuyo, and it has these. And then the way it's worn is, and then it has this super long, so it hangs just like in Princesa, and then they will wear the hat on top like that. But this is a little boy's hat. Yeah.
I love it. Everyone, just also a reminder, all of Juana Martinez Neal's books are available at the Los Angeles Public Library, either via Overdrive in Libby or Hoopla, especially on Hoopla, Alma and How She Got Her Name. Beautiful music accompaniment for this book via Hoopla. And also our Library to Go program. So during our Library to Go program, you could find out on lapl.org. You could put Juana Martinez Neal's all of her wonderful illustrated books and Alma, her wonderful book where she's the author, via on hold through the catalog and pick them up at your nearest Library to Go location. Now, Juana, I do not see any comments, but I will repeat it. And then you can tell us which one's the lie and then explain a little bit about each statement. So the first one was the character of Swashby is inspired on my dad. The boat's name is Recluso, which is Spanish for recluse. Or when I painted the foam of the sea, I made a huge mess. So which one was the lie?
The second one. So recluso means prisoner, not recluse.
That was a good one.
The boat, I don't know if it's the boat that is a prisoner or if it's Swashby that is a prisoner of his own self, but that was the whole meaning behind the naming it recluso.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He needed that little girl. He needs to meet that little girl and grandma. He needed that.
He really did. Yeah.
And then also that statement of the character of Swashby reminds you of your dad. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. He's exactly like my dad. He seemed like he didn't like many people, but in reality, he really needed people. He seemed distant and grumpy, but when you got to him, you really did. Yeah. Just like Swashri. You just had to insist.
This is why I love these author series, everyone, because then you can reread all of Juana Martinez Neal's books. And then when you reread them, you're going to think about them differently because we've gotten to know you.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we reread your books, we just get something more out of it. So thank you very much for sharing your time with us, Juana. Yeah. So everyone at home watching, if you have any questions for Juana Martinez Neal, please put in the chat right now or any comments and we'll read them in a moment. Thank you.
So one book we didn't show was this one, Baby Moon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Juana, come on.
And
look at that.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I love this book. Yeah. And then another book was, and I don't think we show it, was my first book that I illustrated, La Madre Goose.
Yes.
Yeah. Right there. And then Alma is also in Spanish, right there. Yeah. And I have Sonia coming out in May next year.
Oh, this is exciting. Are you allowed to share with us what it's about or anything at all?
It's about a little girl. Okay. A little girl she is a Shaninka, which is an indigenous group from the Amazon, the rainforest of Peru. She's just going about her day and sharing, just enjoying her day. That's all. And I think it took a while to get the book, done, but I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I really am. And it's my second author illustrator book, and it will be 3 years, a week off, 3 years since Alma was released. So yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait because I find your Alma is just fantastic.
Thank you.
It's just amazing. And I'm just looking forward to reading another book where you're the author and the illustrator. Because
I have the cover
so special.
Yeah, I have a cover of Sonia on Instagram. You'll see it right there. Yeah, and I wish I didn't think about it, but I wish I had pulled it out. Yeah, I have the color proofs for the book, but do you want to see it? I can go grab it. If you want to see it. Okay.
Yes, and then when you return, we have 2 questions when you return. Thank you for those questions. While we're waiting for Juana to return, remember you can still use your Los Angeles Public Library card from home or using our Library to Go service. More information on latl.org. Thank you.
I'm digging. Hold on. Here's a proof. Okay, here's a proof. So we were trying to see if we were going to use foil stamping, which is this special color for the type. But that's the cover. This is the proof for the cover.
I did see that on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the back cover right there. Yeah. Yeah. So that's Sonia.
I'm excited. We're gonna have Alma, and then we're gonna have Sonia. I love it.
A-to-Z.
Oh, great. So we have some questions. The first question is, did you draw as a young girl? Did you go to an art school?
I drew when I was a little girl. And here's what there was one sketchbook that survived, only one, when I was little, and it's this one right here. That's when I was, you see how it has all those things. It's from I was 8 maybe. Yeah. But you're gonna see it's not much. I mean, like I will draw things like this, or maybe I did that, and then I wrote a little story.
You were always an author and illustrator.
So I did draw when I was little, and then I did enjoy. I loved drawing. Did I do it all the time? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I did had enough. My dad was a painter. My grandfather was an artist too. So we did have color pencils and markers and paper around, anywhere. So you were free to draw or sketch or paint. Going to when I got, when I was older, then I went to art school, and I went to art school for painting, not for illustration, because illustration was not a career in Peru. So I did go to school it's a 6-year school for painting.
Wow.
And at the end of my 3rd year, they told me that they liked my work, but I was not a painter, that I was an illustrator, and they were right. So I left. That's when I left Peru, and then I found illustration here. So that was a good move.
I'm so happy. We're all blessed because you have been on fire the last 4 to 5 years. I have to tell you, all of your books are just outstanding.
Thank you.
Another, this is a great comment. They should make toys out of your book character.
I worked when I was really young, when I was 16. I worked doing work for a toy company, like illustrations for a toy company. But I always have these very 3-dimensional fields of my work that I think now that I'm painting, I have lost it a little, but I still think 3-dimensionally, maybe because of the years of doing, sculpture or playing with toys. I don't know.
Very cool. Well, before we end this wonderful time with Juana Martinez, Neal, Juana, I just wanted to know if you could tell us that story from the game, The Two Truths and a Lie, about the foam of the sea and Swashby, and your process for doing that and why it was such a huge mess.
Yeah. Okay. So when I paint, I do what is called mixed media, which is basically anything that you want, you can mix it all together. That's the beauty of mixed media. You do everything together. So you can mix color pencils and acrylics and whatever you want. So what I don't use white. I don't use acrylic white. I use gesso. And gesso is this very thick white mix that you use to prepare canvases. So you put that you make coats, 3 coats of that on wood or on canvas or whatever. So it's what is used to prepare your surface so you can paint on it, right? So that's what I use for white. And it's very thick and it's very chalky, very, very thick. And then I especially let it dry even more so it will be thicker. Because when you see Swashby, you can see there's like depth to it, right? So I would get my gesso out, let it dry a little bit. And we live in Arizona, so things dry really fast here. So I would let it dry a little bit, and then I will grab my big brushes, and then I will just splash, splash, splash. And if I show you, you see the wall? And then you see that. So there's, and I had to constantly be cleaning the floor. And then I had a special outfit that I had to wear because I made a huge mess. Yeah. But that was part of it. I mean, that's exactly how the ocean felt to me. And that was I think I had so much fun with doing it. I really, really, really enjoy it. Yeah. So that was the story behind the mess for Swashby's water.
Swashby in the Sea is just such a fun book. It's a fun book, and it's made even better with your illustrations. I also love the sand, the messages in the sand, and then the sea comes through and takes some of the letters out, and there's a new message in the sand.
Yeah, that was I mean, I got this manuscript when we were on submission for Alma. So that was 2016 or 15. 15 or 16, I don't even remember. But so at the same time that manuscript came, and I read it, and I was like, that was the perfect, to me, that was a perfect story to illustrate. So how could I say no? So yeah. And 4 years later, there's a book.
And I think especially children don't realize how much work that you have to put into the writing of the picture books and the illustrations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's and also everything takes so long. But you can sign a contract, but you see, I received the manuscript for Swashby in 2016, and it's a whole 4 years. Yes, I'm maybe not even have been born yet. I don't know how young they are, but my daughter was only 3 at that time. Yeah.
Oh, you really live with your work. You're living with your work.
You do.
You know, because Swashby, you were living with Swashby for 4 years.
Well, not that long, but you do live for at least a year,
Yes.
between sketches and paintings. And I think the most part is when everything is, as I'm getting the work done, everything being hung in the studio, because it fills the room. It really does. Right now, I'm sketching a book, so I don't have any paintings hanging.
Oh, thank you, Juana Martinez Neal, for
Thank
sharing
you.
your time with us for this very, very special Your Author series, everyone. Thank you for sharing us your toy collection, your studio where you do all of your wonderful work. Swashby and the Sea. Thank you for sharing your newest illustrated book, Swashby and the Sea. And everyone, please remember, come on, I'm just going to have to just keep going. Look at these wonderful books that you can check out with your library card via Overdrive, Libby, or Hoopla, or our library to go location. Place them on hold through the catalog and pick them up. Enjoy Juana Martinez Neal's talent at home. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Juana.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Oh, it was great to meet you, Juana.
Yeah.
And before we end, everyone, just a reminder that, again, Your Author series happens every Friday at 4 p.m. Next week, we're going to have a very special young adult author right here. Author of the Bell series, Donnell, right here, Donnell Clayton. She is also the COO of We Need Diverse Books. So I'm looking very forward to this Your Author interview next week. So that'll be next Friday at 4 p.m. Donnell Clayton, author of the Bell series. And again, a big thank you to the Library Foundation for allowing us to have these wonderful programs throughout the summer with the support of the Lenore S. and Bernard A. Greenberg Fund. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're watching this later on, isn't Juana Martinez Neal the best? Thank you, Juana. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.